Hi everyone, John here back again. Just come back from very cold and blustery-ish Stratford Stadium, where it finished West Ham United 1, Manchester City 4. To start, as we always do with the team sheet, three changes in total. Yeah. We had Adrian in goal, obviously, because it's Man City, so Hart's not eligible. Zabaleta at right wing back, Patrice Evra at left wing back, Creswell, Ogbonna, and Rice at centre back. We had Kawati and Noble in holding midfield, with Lanzini, Fernandez, and Arnautovic up front. On the bench was Nathan Trott. There was Hernandez was on the bench. Carroll was on the bench. Masuaku was on the bench. I think Cullen as well. I can't remember the other. I can't remember. Anyway, the subs are irrelevant for most of this video. So yeah, so it wasn't the best. Wasn't the best of formations or lineups. Way too defensive. Why on earth was Masuaku on the bench? Didn't hear anything about him being injured, picking up an injury at all. Why Evra was on there, I have absolutely no fucking idea. Why it was City. We weren't going to get anything out of it. Now, as I say, it was 4-1 to City, so we knew we were going to get turned over, but not in that manner. I was not expecting that in that manner in any shape or form, and I'll tell you for why. Right. The first goal goes in. I know it's been officially ruled as a Sane goal, but as far as I'm concerned, it's a Patrice Evra own goal. Sane's shot was just about on target. I haven't seen any of the replays. I've literally just got back home. So yeah, it wasn't good. It was, and then unfortunately we conceded a second goal, and that was a Rice own goal. Partly, to be honest with you, partly due to the defensive fucking about. To be honest with you, Adrian had to run out to clear the line. Cleared it, but didn't clear very well. Massive confusion coming in. Ball bouncing around like when we played Norwich away a few seasons ago. And I think Jesus crossed the ball in, and Rice turned to the goal. It bounced off him and went in. I feel sorry for the fucker. I really do. I really feel sorry for him, because people are going to jump on his back because of what Moyes said about his performance against Arsenal. That's 2 goals. Technically, that's, from one point of view, that's 2 goals he's been at fault for. But I'm not going to sit here and slag him off left, right, and centre. He's still learning his trade. He's 19, 20. It's his first full season. He made an amazingly good, strong, brave clearance about 10 minutes before we conceded the second, because nobody else wanted to go for the ball, so he went for it. I think Rice overall had a very good game. Even when the goal went in and he had his head buried in his hands, he was running back to his position, going, "Come on!" Pumping, trying to get the guys, everybody motivated to do it. So he knew what was going on. And to be fair to him, he did take a crack at on the first half. He did take a try. I mean, it was miles off target, but he tried. He tried very well. He tried his best, as he always does. And for that, I'm not gonna haul him over the coals for it. Evra, on the other hand, I don't know what game he was doing. It was, for the majority, not all of it, but for the majority of the game, he was terrible. As I say, with Sane's attempt on goal in the first half, bounced off him, and completely wrong-footed Adrian. I mean, Adrian didn't even know hardly moved. Much as was able to see where the ball was going before it was in the back of the net, and we were 1-0 down. Excuse me. So just got to have a cup of tea. This is how cold it is outside, right? I've never had a cup of tea for a long time, but I've got to, because it's bloody cold. So excuse me a moment. Right. So anyway, back to the game. We were just turned over. it was City. I mean, people started leaving the ground when we were 2-0 down. I mean, come on, this is City, for fuck's sake. It's ridiculous. To be honest, we played well in the first half. We had Arnautovic was 1-on-1 with the keeper. Apparently, there's a possibility it was like a foul on the keeper, but just before he scored. I can't see how that was. Arnautovic was offside a few times. I mean, for ridiculous reasons. I mean, he can't see how he was offside. As I say, I haven't seen the replay, so I'll have to watch that and see what was going on. But yeah, no, it was ridiculous. It was a perfectly good goal that was ruled out by Arnautovic. Perfectly good goal. I don't see what the problem is, and as I say, I'll have to watch the replay. But it was ruled out for whatever reason. I think the linesman flagged it for some random reason because the ref was pointing to the centre circle. Technically, it was a foul by Edmilson on Arnautovic. But anyway, then just before about 5-10 minutes before the first half ended, we got a free kick, and what a free kick by Creswell. Absolutely superb. 30 odd games too late, but what a free kick. Brilliant goal. And we're 2-1 at half time and thinking, we'll still be back in on this, and just no. It was hard. It was a hard watch. It was cold, it was miserable, it was grey. City were just playing with us. Completely playing with us the entire time. It was like a cat with a mouse, just playing around with it. That's how it felt. City were in the first gear for most of the game, especially in the second half. The second half comes around. Two well taken goals. To be honest, it was one by Jesus, and I can't remember who scored the fourth. I think I don't know. I can't remember. I say I'm just wasn't really paying attention in that regard. As I say, it was a shocking game. Shocking game for the wrong reasons. As I say, 2 own goals as far as I'm concerned. City weren't at it in any shape or form. They really, really weren't until the second half. It should have been 2-2 at half time. As I say, two well taken goals by City, to be fair, in the second half. One, Jesus' goal was brilliant. Not fantastic, but it's by nowhere near his standards of football, but still very, very well taken goal. But as I say, it's 4-1. It's City, and nobody expected to get you 3 points. I mean, if anyone did expect to get 3 points, you're fucking idiots. So yeah, that's my thoughts on it. Really, there's not much to say. Moyes got it wrong. The boys got it wrong. Moyes got it wrong for the following reason. Moyes' substitutions were absolutely pathetic. Absolutely pathetic yet again. We were 2-1 down at half time. Moyes was clueless. I'm sorry, but he was clueless with his tactics. Setting up defensively for no reason whatsoever. Sorry. But yeah, absolutely no reason at all. He waited until the 70-odd minute to bring on Masuaku Forever, which I agreed with 100%. He bought off Lanzini and bought on Joe Mario, which I don't agree with. And he bought off Fernandez and bought on Hernandez, which I also don't really agree with, because he was sticking Hernandez out wide. It should have been a 4-4-2 formation at that point, but it wasn't. But I can see why he made those substitutions. It was the right time. It was the right players, just the wrong time. He should have brought on Hernandez at half time. He didn't. Again, he should have done that against Arsenal last week, and he didn't. And he should have done it again today, and he didn't. There was some songs being sung towards Moyes, including "You Don't Know What You're Doing." There was a pocket of songs, pocket of people that were singing "Bring a Striker on the Pitch." If at the end of the day we can see it, how can he not see it? It's just okay. Yes, all right. There's an argument that it could be in relation to, people's contracts and everything. Appearances and time in each game and blah 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 blah, all that bollocks. But as far as we're concerned as footballers, we don't give a fucking monkeys about that. We don't care. We don't give a shit about that. It's not relevant to the game. It really isn't relevant to the game. The game should be that you bring on the players when you need them, as you need them. But yeah, it was poor. Moyes got it wrong. He got the formation wrong. He got the team wrong. He got his tactics absolutely wrong. I mean, this is City. To walk out to walk out when we were 3-0 down, and some people was walking out when we were 2-0 down. It was just no. Sorry, but no, you just don't do that. It's City. We're never going to turn them over. We're never going to be on level with City that we were a few seasons ago. Quite a few seasons ago now. But it's just. I mean, I noticed on the walk up to the ground today that they showed it on the big screen, this marvelous technology screen. They showed the history of City. Right from when they were St Mark's, founded as St Mark's, and then changed to Manchester City, and when they moved from Main Road to the Manchester City Stadium in 2003, it took them 9 years before they won the title in 2012. It took them 9 years to do that. That just shows you how much they've kicked on over that period of time. 15 years ago they were down in the Championship, still bringing in good players. Bring good amounts of people, even when they were down in the old League One. They were still bringing in 30 to 35,000 people at Main Road. It was they got great support. They've always had great support. The current generation of City supporters don't realise what the club is about. All they think about is Europa. All they think about is winning the league, winning the cups, winning the Champions League. Which is fair enough. That's what us West Ham supporters, we want that at some point. We want to be able to challenge, but I'm never going to see it in my lifetime. Never going to see that. But as I say, it was. The move to the grounds has not helped in any shape or form. It's making things worse. As I was watching a Ball Street documentary this morning before coming out to the game, where they had one of the media journalists, who said that the Olympic Stadium is like an oversized Wetherspoons because it's got no atmosphere. He's totally right, completely right. But anyways, to say, so just going back to the game, that's my rant about Moyes over. We've got Leicester away next weekend, which is the only game I think we could pick up any decent points. Any decent points. I can't see us getting a point against Allardyce at the end of the season. I can't see us getting anything against Man United on my birthday. I was really looking forward to it, but I'm not anymore. I'm really not anymore. Because this it's going to be devastation. It really is going to be a devastating game. So anyway, guys, that's my review of the game. I'm one away from my subscription target now. So please. I mean, thank you very much, Sam, for subscribing, and also thank you very much, Elle, I should say, for subscribing. So I've had 3 subscribers in the last 18 hours. So thank you very much for that. But yeah, as I say, there's not much more I can say. So if you're new around here, please click the like button. As I say, I'm one away from my 30 subscribers target. It's a small amount. I'm a small time person trying to do this. So I'm doing it from really, really amateur. But so yeah, if anybody's watching this that haven't watched it before and you like what I'm doing, please help me to get to the 30 subscriptions. In the meantime, thanks very much for watching, guys, and I'll see you soon.